Hello everyone. Today we will see how to write files in PySpark. So in our previous video, we saw how we can read a CSV file and read a text file, normal text file in Spark. Today, what we will do, we already have one CSV file. So we read that CSV file first in a data frame, then try to apply some transformation to that data over the data frame, and then the new result we will store it in some folder. So in our previous exercise we have used this input, so we already have this input folder which contains one sample CSV. So if you see, we already have this ID column, name column, and country column. Then this all these columns are pipe delimited, and we are going to use this sample CSV into a data frame. So first of all, what we'll do, we will create a new .py file. Let's give a name, write Spark. Okay. So just before everything else, we will, you know, do that install. The Spark is already installed, and I just need to initiate all the Spark related libraries using find Spark, and let's see whether it has correctly configured on my system. Yeah, it is working. That means it is correctly configured on my system. Now we will try to import all the required packages which are part of the PySpark module. So from PySpark.sql we will import Spark session, which we're gonna use for performing the operations. Again, for PySpark, import Spark context. Also, we will use PySpark.sql import functions as f. So will give one alias to that. So these three are the required imports, we can say. Uh, let's see if we already have it. Yeah, we have it on our system. Now we will create a Spark context first, which is the entry point to the application, which will run on local, and I will give some name. Let's see, it's running. If it is already created, it will not create a second another time. So it has to be unique per session. So yeah, so we didn't have one, so it has created. Now I will create one Spark session out of the Spark context, and on top of this Spark session object we will perform our operations. So just this in a similar way we did it in our previous exercise, but we are just revising those steps again. Yeah, so now what I want to do is I want to read a CSV file, so I will use spark.read.format CSV. Okay, option delimiter comma pipe, and we saw the data, it is delimited, and load from input. Okay, and the name of file is sample.csv. Let's see whether it works. Okay, it has given us one error. Okay, input sample CSV does not exist. So what we gave is the name, right? Oh, we are, oh, so we have to use this. No, we are already in input. Oh, okay, got it. So we are already there at the same location. So we will not uh, it's running. Yeah, so it will create the sample, load the sample.csv in the input into the data frame. Let's see. Yeah, so this also we didn't provide this header true, so it has treated it as a row instead of header. So option header true. Let's load it again. Yeah, so id, name, country are the columns, and the data is like id, name, and the country names. Okay, so there are 10 rows. So we have this data now. So what I'm gonna do is I am gonna perform the transformation on df. Okay, so I want to filter the rows, and I would only want those rows which has country India. So I have to apply filter on the existing data frame. And now we have already imported the functions at top as f. So I want to identify one column. So we have f dot call to represent a column, and column name is country from that data set, equals to India. So what it will do, it will filter out only those rows which are having country as India, and it will be stored in the df2. So let's see. Yeah, we got it. So id, name, country, only uh, three rows which are matching the filter country equals to India. So we have three rows in this df2. So now I want to write this data frame, the new data frame, to some location using the Spark function. So Spark function's name is spark.write.format. So similar to the spark.read.format. So we will try to implement that. Spark.write.format, I want it in format CSV. Okay, and now you just so the at the time of loading we were using load, right? So now you have to just give a location, right? So if you are giving a location, you just need to mention the path of the directory where you want the output of the data frame itself, right? So uh, instead of Spark, I guess it's data frame name df2 dot write dot format. Okay, let's try this. uh, dot format, save. Let's see what happens. Output, if it has some errors it will show you, otherwise it might have saved it in output folder, so we have to check that. So inside the same folder it has created one output folder. Inside output folder there is one part file in this CSV format. If you go inside, you will get the required data. Now the catch here is we didn't mention header equals to true, so that's why in the same part file we didn't get the header. So for that matter we have to mention option similar to the read one. So now it is saying the file is already exist because we have already uh, use the same name for the folder, and the file is also there. So we have to use option mode, and mode will be overwrite. Yeah, so now it will allow you to overwrite the existing data. So it's just a second cycle, so this is the recent one, and we can run it any number of times. It will just replace the same file, uh, complete overwrite operation, right? So this is how you can write a CSV, write a data frame into CSV format using the overwrite method. So it will overwrite the existing one inside the same folder, whatever folder name you give. Okay, but if you don't want to overwrite it, you can use append mode. So what it will do, it will just create one more CSV next time by persisting the existing record. So existing records will be there, but new CSV will be created at the same location. So if I run it in append mode, if you will see there will be two part files because I ran two times without changing anything. If I run it multiple times, so now there will be four part files. So let's see. Yeah, four part files, right? And if you want to read it again, like you want to read whatever files are present at output location, and check whether it uh, actually preserved all the records instead of four, right? So you can just mention spark dot read dot format. So we can read that again, csv dot option header true dot load. So we want to load from output folder, that's it. We don't need to give file names. See what happens. Okay. mm, okay, something is missing. Oh, it got a escape. We are on Windows machine, so slash is different. Okay, so if it is loaded, df test, so we can check the details. So yes guys, see the records are repeated. Like there were only three records in the existing data frame, but we have written in append mode multiple times. So all the three records are repeated. That means it was working in append mode. The only problem is you are getting multiple files in backend, but that is not an issue, and because while reading you can definitely give the folder name instead of the file names, and it will read all the records from all the files at that folder into a data frame itself. So yeah, we are good with this. We have currently read the file first, then made some transformations like filter operation, this, then the new data frame we have written it in a file at output location in overwrite mode and then append mode, and then saw the results, how it's gonna write the results, right? So now if you want to read this CSV file, the new CSV file, right? So it is in df2. So what if you want to write it in the parquet file format? Okay, so we will just try one thing, format as parquet. So instead of this, I will definitely try like to write the existing data frame, because that is having 10 records, format, right? So we will try some output park. If it has some issues it will show you, otherwise you have written it to output park folder. So let's see whether it has created output park folder. Yeah, it has created. Yeah, so it has also written the details in parquet, and we didn't mention the mode. So what I will do, I will try to overwrite. Okay, so it will overwrite the existing records, and now just you can verify whether this particular parquet file is written properly. We can just use read.format parquet, right? Load output park. See, Yes, it has loaded. That means the records were present when we have written the operation, right? So now what I am doing is I am trying to writing df2, which was a filtered data frame at the same location. Now I will read it again. Let's see what happens. Yeah, and we will show it. So if you see, all the filtered data frame records are also available in the Parquet file, which is present at this location. So you can write any data frame to Parquet file format. You just need to mention format as Parquet while reading as well as while writing. So this was the end of this topic. So today we covered how to write a file, CSV file in append mode or overwrite mode. Also, we have seen how to write a Parquet file in append mode or overwrite mode, because you can provide the same feature here as well. Similar to this overwrite, you can provide the append, right? So if you provide, it has written it. We can show it the records whether it has repeated. Yeah, it has repeated. So this was all about writing data into different file formats in PySpark. So let me know what else you want to get from this PySpark tutorials. We can discuss that into next video. So till then, happy learning. Let's data.